he almost missed seeing her. An older lady stranded on the side of the road, but he could see that she needed help. He pulled in front of her Mercedes. His Pontiac was still sputtering when he got out, and even with a smile on his face, she was worried. No one had stopped to help her for the last hour. Was he going to hurt her? He didn't look safe. He looked poor and hungry. He could see that she was frightened standing in the cold. He knew how she felt. It was that chill which only fear can put in you. And he said, "I'm here to help, ma'am. Why don't you wait in the car where it's warm? My name is Brian Anderson." All she had was a flat tire, but for an older lady, that was bad enough. He crawled under the car with the jack, skinning his knuckles and his knees, and soon he was able to change the flat tire. She rolled down the window and told him she was from Nashville, only passing through, and she couldn't thank him enough for coming to her aid. And Brian just smiled as he closed her trunk, and the lady asked how much she owed him. Any amount would have been all right, considering the awful things that could have happened had he not stopped. Brian never thought twice about being paid. That was not a job to him. This was simply helping someone in need, and God knows there were plenty who had given him a hand in the past. He had lived his whole life that way. It never occurred to him to act any other way, and he told her if she wanted to pay him back, well, the next time she saw someone in need, she could give that person the assistance they needed. And then Brian added, "And think of me." He waited until she drove off. It was a cold, depressing day, but he felt good as he headed home, disappearing into the twilight. A few miles down the road, this older lady saw a small cafe. She went in to grab a bite to eat before she made the last leg of her long trip home. The waitress brought her a clean towel to wipe her wet hair. She had a sweet smile, one that even being on her feet for the whole day couldn't erase. The lady noticed the waitress was nearly 8 months pregnant, but she never let the strain and aches change her attitude. The old lady wondered how someone who had so little could be so giving to a stranger. And then she remembered Brian. And after the lady finished her meal, she paid with a $100 bill. The waitress went to get her change, but the older lady had gone by the time the waitress had returned. The waitress wondered, where could she be? And then she noticed something written on the napkin. There were tears in her eyes when she read what the lady wrote. "You don't owe me any change. I've been there too. Somebody recently helped me out the way I'm helping you." And under the napkin were 4 more $100 bills. There were tables to clear and people to serve. But the waitress finally made it home. And when she climbed in bed, she was thinking about the money and what the lady had written. How could that lady have known how much she and her husband needed it? And with the baby due next month, it was going to be hard, very hard. She knew how worried her husband was. And as he lay sleeping, she gave him a soft kiss and he whispered, "It's going to be all right. God is taking care of us. I love you, Brian Anderson." People all around us are drowning.